What's going on? We are back. Sorry again for the wait. Players just in and out of servers. We've had drama of this entire evening, but for those of you that stuck with us, we thank you. For those of you that have just joined us, might as well introduce ourselves. It's Beneath Us. But anyway, I am Machine. We're going to be enjoying this game, and of course, to my side,
Dogbert.
Dogbert.
Just in case you didn't know by now.
The Battlefield veteran, and you've been teaching me a lot about this game. In the short space we've been playing it, I feel enlightened.
I have taken a few people under my wing.
Yeah,
and
you've certainly played this game a bit. You've certainly played this game a bit.
You know, I've probably casted more Battlefield and played it.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
which is kind of...
That says a lot about how much you've casted rather than how much...
It's probably how little I played. No, I played a little bit, but yeah, these two teams that have made it to the final, you know, I was a bit worried. I was a bit worried that Infused might not make it this far.
Yeah, it was a valid concern.
Yeah, and either way, they got fast.
They did both. Words are hard.
Too fast. For Jesus. much fast.
But once they got past and passed, we also see that Infused did actually manage to make it to the final.
They did indeed.
They did, and as did Dignitas. I think it was the final we were hoping to see. Just from a standpoint of the stronger teams in the games we've seen. Dignitas, they've had really little glimmers of strong play, and obviously as a team, when they're a whole, they are a very strong team. But like you said, they do have those kind of fills. They've got Mark and NVC, who we wouldn't normally be seeing.
Yeah.
And I mean, how do you think that's going to affect the way they play? We've already seen before it's a bit loose.
Yeah, but at the same time, both Mark and NBC are... Let's get this down. These guys know what they're doing, and look at those stats. Like win rate for Infused, every cup pretty much has been theirs, and you know, well, they've won every game. They haven't lost anything, so win rate of 100%. I got it wrong before I said it. They'd lost to MYM, but they traded some maps and it was very close. But yeah, Infused. Obviously, this has been their cup basically. They have dominated it from the outset, and they're going up against Dig and. You know, they have a very strong roster in Infused. Bambi, Revo, Encore, Hadouken, and Fandom. Obviously, Encore will be their newest pickup. He's a pretty good player. But yeah, have a look at a few of the teams. Too Fast for Jesus. I had a feeling that they might actually cause some trouble with Infused.
Well, I think they did, didn't they? We were looking at the game. They were holding a lead for a while. This was obviously the game we didn't actually see. But they did end up falling to Infused. And you can see that journey in Infused playing. They had a bye in the first. Too Fast for Jesus. So actually, they've played very little in this tournament, as opposed to their competitors Dignitas, who've had to battle their way through Intense Gaming, Animate, and then of course this final. Yeah.
So first map is going to be Locker, and that's the map that Dig picked, which I must admit I'm a bit surprised.
Yeah.
Infused picked Dawnbreaker, and if it goes to it, Paracel Storm will be our decider, and. Well, we're counting down 34 seconds, and this is the grand final, everyone.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
This is going to be a very good matchup.
It's going to be a huge one, yeah. So we've got our 3 maps. I can only assume that we saw that Dignitas' favourite map banned, because otherwise we'd be back on that.
We'd be on
Railway.
Gorman, and I kind of assumed that Infused knew better.
Better than Animate.
Yeah, and they banned that out pretty quickly, I think, and... does go to a third map, Paracel Storms, another one I'm quite surprised to break through. But anyway, that is possibly in our future. As and there we go. We have the break here, and Dignitas are going to be sending 2 guys out to sea, and that is a mirror move basically. Both teams gone for the same thing here, and yeah, that's interesting to see how this one breaks down.
Well, Jerk's going to be 1v2, numbers stacked up against him on the sea site. Surely that's going to be going away to Team Infused. In the meantime, though, big battle on towards this B site. A quite happily on its own at the moment. Jerk's just kind of putting bullets in. Finally backed up by Sneaky, and Sneaky's the man to get the first frag. Can he get the second as well? He can't. No, he can't. But let's see if Jerk can pick up the pieces, though. Lands a tag with the nade. Can he finish him off? Not going to happen as of yet, though, as a solid defense from Bambi brings that one home. Hadouken doing work as well in this mid area.
Yeah, this is dangerous for Dig. They're getting this is going to be a trip cap. They didn't get the capture of B. They didn't get the capture of C. And when Giggly went down at A, that opened up the doors for Infused to break in. And this is a brilliant start for Infused. C and A is a brilliant hold. And more importantly, they've set up their defenses already. They're entrenched.
Look at that split right now. If you look at all the Infused players, they're very, very scattered across the map, but that's not affecting their presence right now. 2 players trying to hold this C site. Looks like there's a big push from the Dignitas side, as we see Jerk making his way in. Looking maybe to bring Sneaky back to life. Not going to happen as he's going to catch up one. It was Revo, and that might kind of be the catalyst to get this C site back into Dignitas' hands. Looking to stop him though it was Bambi, but Jerk making short work of him.
Jerk's been performing really well in these cups, and that kill there on Hadouken and Bambi really cemented their hold in that C. But this is the thing about this map, and spawns around this B flag are going to be regular, like C flag in Coleman and A flag in Zaphod. It is that flag, it turns all the time. Both teams are going to focus.
Hello.
Yeah, that's a big spawn for both teams.
Dignitas is just charging towards this bomb site. Not bomb site, sorry. Enkel gets 2. Famas in hand, and Giggly returns the favor with his. But that's not going to stop A and B changing hands. A very kind of simple trade there for Dignitas. Now the real question, the real decider of whether this was worth it is if Infused can get onto that C site, which right now Phantom and Enkel are looking to do. Yeah,
and Hadouken playing a very long game on that push at A, and Giggly is the usual defender, but that's an NBC. And yeah, did get shut down on that pressure at C. And you know what? You can just see a difference in Infused over Team Dignitas here. Is Dig guys seem to be kind of relying on big pushes, while Infused are far more able to take flags with just 2-man or 1-man pushes.
Oh, and Jerk, he was doing... Oh, he's just about scraped away into that corner, still looking to defend A, as it's just going to be captured slowly but surely by Mark and, of course, NVC. He's going to go down now, thanks to Sneaky. NVC on the Prowler as well. So, quite happy at the moment. B is going to be recaptured. And so right now, numbers yet again favouring... Actually, no, for the first time in a while, favouring Dignitas. I thought we'd seen a bit of a trade, but Infused still leading the fray in tickets, but not by a large margin.
No, but they are overwhelming a lot of these flags here. And saying that, and Phantom's the only one who's actually alive who can do any kind of offence at A, and he's still up. And Phantom here might be the dark horse that kind of pulls away on this A flag, and Digger having to respond, but look at that spawn from Infused, massive.
Absolutely huge. There's a huge amount of players all around this A site, and Sneaky's looking to take some of those down. Infused though, Hadouken's picked up 2. That's 2 down on the site that they are trying to push. Nades flying in towards him. Finally going to go down thanks to a team effort onto Hadouken, but that was so much of a strong defensive play. They might be considering pushing towards that B site, because look at the spread. Dignitas are all over A. They've committed.
Yeah, they are indeed. And you know what I love about this game is how close it is and how back and forth. And massive kills from Infused there. And this fight for A is continuing. It's not stopped at all.
And this is what kind of Operation Locker makes happen. A lot of sometimes other maps you have a lot of rotating. This is just a brawl right now. Looking at the way they're pushing it, look at it. Look, another time Jerk's trying to push that C site, and he's only going to be met by more trouble.
Yeah, and it's a good rotation from Infused. They were fighting that A flag back and forth over and over again, and it went Infused's way. And then talking about Infused's way, Phantom by himself dropping Ziggy and Jerk on a push to C, and now Dignitas are well on the back foot.
Very much so. I want to see some magic right now, because we see this big presence in this hallway. 4, make it 5 Dignitas players all charging down this hallway. Jerk at the front of it, not going to get the first though. Revo does go down as he does as well though. So it's 4v4 right now, numbers favouring no one, but the positioning is starting to favour the defensive side, which is of course Infused. 2 players picking up the frags, and it's looking strong for Infused on this defence. They got the site and they haven't given it up.
Yeah, tell you what it is, it's better communication. Dig are constantly pushing these flags, but they're just not able to do much of it. Finally, Jerk decides to make a push out to C, but look at that information. I think Infused are already aware that they're coming up behind them.
He's in a very strong position. How is this going to pay out? He's got 1. He's going to know he needs to push on towards this site. He needs to get the presence on the actual site itself. He's coming round. Hadouken's picked up 2 in the meantime, and I think that was job done. Hadouken doing his work for him, despite Phantom sitting quite patiently on that C site. And so now you see that finally Dignitas get their way and get that A site.
Yeah, and Dig have failed constantly on that C flag. Phantom has been shutting them down. A good rotation from Infused is what bought it. And you know, Dig just on their attacks are a bit too slow, giving Infused plenty of time to circle around and catch them unaware. And you can just tell better communication between Infused right now.
It certainly seems that way. And what with A being such an issue for Dignitas, they're all praising and happy that finally they have A. But B is under threat now. You see Enkel, you see Revo, and I can only expect more squad pushing from that C side. Coming up behind him, look at this. Phantom could cause a lot of damage here if he plays this right.
Yeah, Digger overcommits to that defensive A. That's a trade there, and that doesn't favour Dig at all. Jerk left alone at B, and Dig finally start rotating out. but might be too little too late.
Very much so. 3 infused bodies on that B site, looking to capture it. Dignitas are going to respond, though. 3v3 right now on this site. Level numbers, but let's just see who comes out on top. It's looking very much infused as 3 frags come up for them. Mark, the only real Dignitas presence in the current kills right now. And looking at those tickets, that bleed is going to start if Infused secure this, and they have. Right, B and C. Bleed starts ticking away, and Dignitas are well aware of it. There's a presence at C, though.
Yeah, and this C flag, Dig have had no success. And there you go, a 2-man push shut down, but eventually the final guy alive, Giggly getting the kills. But look at the rotation already from Infused. They've already got Revo out there to secure this flag if it goes wrong, and even getting the kills as well, and the spawns on top of them. Dig are just not having any luck on these C flag pushes.
Not at all. And look at the Revo's accuracy. He doesn't need to close in until he's got backup. Now he's got backup, they're going to start applying that pressure, and a nade does his job for him. Beautiful play on that C flag. Going to get a recapture, and of course that bleed is just going to start ticking away again. Unless, of course, hello Jerk. Don't think people are so aware of this B presence. Infused are going to have to respond.
It's a very difficult one to predict. That B flag. Wow. Wow. Welcome to the B flag. It is constantly responds like that. And that's why it's not always a great one to hold. What you really want is this this A and C hold. And that's definitely what they need. And this game is really, really close. This is back and forth right now.
It seems very much that way. Hadouken's just trading off yet again. Bambi didn't end so luckily. And look at this stealthy C from Jerk. Just crawled his way in there. No one's there to contest, and that's going to maybe bring that Dignitas triple cap to reality. They do. How long can they hold on to it right now, realistically?
It all depends on 1v1s now.
Okay.
Like, a trip cap is something Dig seem to do better than almost any team, but it all relies on players stepping up, and right now, Infused seems stepping up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Enkel, the only other Geordie playing Battlefield, and he's pretty good for a 16-year-old. He just seems to do a lot of damage. One of the new breed coming into the game with
Fresh
BF4.
Battlefield presence. That's nice.
And he's been a very strong player for Infused.
Certainly seems that way. Mark's under a lot of scrutiny. He's going to take one with him, though, as he does fall, and that's going to mean the A site has fallen to Infused. Still, though, numbers on those sites, B and C, quite happily in the hands of Dignitas, and that's very good news. They're going to be happy with that one, unless, of course, Enkel can pull magic out of the hat. Not going to happen this time, as NVC is there, and Phantom has got a lot of people hunting him. He's going to go down, and we do see, finally, for the first time in a long time, a level tickets.
Yeah, this game is really back and forth.
I love it.
Very good display from both teams. Dignitas seem to start finding a bit of a rhythm here, I feel. Before, I feel that Infused was just absolutely shutting them down. Look at that. Dig picking off a defender of Revo at A, and now I've opened up that flag, and Infused could have shut down that B flag much quicker. They walked away from it before capping it.
Yeah, they did, and there's a lot of drama going on everywhere. Enkel always seems to be winning these 1v1s. You were saying it's going to come down to 1v1s, especially during the trip cap. And
Wow.
Enkel is just, he's constant. It's a constant win for him at the moment. Look at that scoreboard. You can see Revo and Enkel kind of leading the fray. 16 frags, 18 frags for Hadoukens, in contrast with maybe the Dignitas side. But right now, looking at that presence, yet again, it's this time Infused with that C and B. It seems to be a very popular combo. You said kind of C and then A and or B, but obviously B seems like a bit of a bloodbath.
Yeah, and C has traded a lot in this game. And once again, Dig get full advantage of that. And this is the hold they want, C and A. But they need to entrench themselves very well for this one. They need to be in the right place, right time. And Dig are playing ultra aggressive. They're in the B flag when they should be shoring up their defenses on A and C.
Yeah, and it's costing them. Look at those tickets tick away. Tickets tick away. As the numbers, Dignitas are throwing all of their bodies at defending B when really there should be that kind of split push they were after. And A just seems like a site so difficult to get into as an attacking team. Look at this. Phantom doing his very best. He can't even go near the doorway, never mind peek it. Look at that, explosives being thrown in left, right and centre from both teams. But right now, A is just a stronghold for Dignitas.
But this is why the C flag is the one that gets cooked out a lot, because we've control of this tunnel entrance here, and this is where Joke might get caught out here. He doesn't even know about it.
It's such a heavy fire. Both of them on a scrap of health. One bullet from the Magnum. Enkel seals the Jerk's fate, and then that's going to bring it. Is that the C flag captured? Look at that. All it took was a single Magnum bullet to determine the C flag, and now that's going to be real good news for Infused, especially with the ticket lead at this level.
And at the same time, Sneaky shut down 4 Infused players pushing that A flag, and with that, they're now attacking B as well. And it is once again down to one player buying time, and it's Hadouken. And he's having a great game so far, 19 for 11.
Yeah, we can jump on with him. Let's just see what he's doing so right at the moment. He's with the rest of his team. Does actually get taken down. Caster's Curse. It happens. And look at Revo's positioning. He only cares about capturing that flag right now, baiting out some fire.
And it's just MVC holding down the safe flag, and once again, Infused are on the attack, and they've got the bleed, and they need to shore up this ticket lead.
They certainly do, and I love just how close this ticket lead is. It's the first time we've really seen it so far this evening, and right now, look at that. Nice split. Dignitas sending 2 players towards that C site. They're not going to have to pay anything for it, though, because they've got those defensive 3 on B.
Yeah.
It's gone wrong.
I'm enjoying watching just MVC and Mark. Both are fillers for Dig here, kind of battling out for who's better than the other. And right now, Mark's just a little ahead.
Yeah, so obviously, for those of you judging Dignitas by this performance, obviously this is not their full lineup. Whether or not would they be performing better with it remains to be seen. But right now, Enkel is under a lot of scrutiny. Explosives being thrown left, right, and centre. Infused coming out the top of that as 3 go down, looking to get the clean sweep as well as NVC refuses to go down, does eventually. And now that C site is going to be captured. This could be the end of it if Infused can hold on to this C site and just refuse to give up any tickets. But look at Dignitas. Hello, B. Wide open B site. 3 players from Infused close in, though. Yeah,
Infused know about that spawn. They're ready for it. And Dig using that time to clean up the harasser at A, which was Phantom. And this is a chance for Infused not only to shore up the score here, but also take the map, the round, sorry. But man, not if they get wiped like that. Everyone at B down, and this is going to be the last gasp for Infused, a massive push on A.
Hello, 2. That's a big problem for Infused. Unless Enkel can take this right now, it's already on Phantom. If Phantom can stop this cap from happening, this game is in the bag.
Yeah, and all of a sudden Infused have just stepped it up.
Is this a trip? It's not going to be a trip cap.
It's going to be a small trip cap. Digger eventually going to get C.
C, yeah.
But look, Infused could have captured that B flag a lot quicker, and Dig here could make a massive misstep and allow Infused to get back into this round.
10 tickets to 27. This could go very quickly either way, and it's all about not dying, capturing, and playing. I don't want to say safe, but there needs to be an element of safety in the way that these players position themselves. Right now, Infused couldn't be happier. They have to, the poor Dignitas have to come to them, and if they play it right, this could very well be first half Infused.
Yeah, this is a last big push for Dig, and it's a 1v1 at C as well, so while this big fight's going out at A, Dig finally get it, so that's good for them, but it all comes down now to A, and Infused, it's a 2-on-2 situation, and they're spawning in more.
More and more. The squad spawn just applies constant pressure in numbers. Enkel's looking pretty hazy as well as he's going to push out with the Magnum. Does beautiful work. We've seen such constant work. And look at this, 8 for 13. The tickets couldn't be closer. And this second half is going to be just as intense as we do see another big play from Enkel and Revo. Look at the tickets, 8 to 10. Whoever captures this B site, this all happening over at B site right now. Let's have a little look at what Enkel's got up his sleeve as the flag is just changing hands. Sneaky's going to go down or not. Frag's coming up. Dignitas, 4 in a row, and absolutely no response from Infused right now, unless Revo, of course, can take these 2 down. Not going to happen just yet, and the numbers still ticking away. It's 4 and 7, and I don't really know, Dog, but I feel like Infused might just take this if they sit onto B. Sit onto B. Everyone needs to stay alive right now, and I don't know how realistic that is. It's 1 for 3. I do not believe it. Last man in squad. It's 1 ticket. 1 ticket for 1 ticket. Whoever dies next, and we got the tick. There it is.
Well, there you go. 1 ticket. So. You know what? That's 1 round done, and it means almost nothing. We don't. No one's ahead. By 1 ticket they're ahead, but it really means nothing.
You watch this next game go down to 1 ticket, and that 1 ticket from this half be the determinant of the win. That's what's. I want that to happen right now.
This is a close game, and you know, I'm talking about Enkel. Look at it in the scores. 29 for 15.
29 for 15, and of course on the other side, Dignitas, they may not be so impressive, but 25, 22, 18. Dignitas were really picking up the frags as well as the sites.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, that was a nail-biting game. There's loads of times it could have swung either way. And by the point it got down to a handful of tickets, I really understood it. It really doesn't matter who wins this round now.
Oh, no.
I mean, both teams know that they haven't got a commanding lead, so it's all to play for in the next round.
Yeah, and it was hard to see exactly what could be done differently. I was watching the trades. Every single person was kind of rotating as they should be, and holding when they should. And maybe it's a case of just two teams being very equally balanced. Would you say the same, or do you feel maybe one team underperformed or overperformed?
I think Infused were kind of ahead for a lot of that game. I think especially their workout on C, they did a remarkably good job of shutting down pressure there. And with Dig not being able to rely on a big push on C succeeding, they had to start going for like A. And the problem about A is it's hit and miss. And when you get shut down, you get shut down hard.
I mean, yeah, well, talking about A site, how difficult A site is to attack when you've got a defensive presence in there is unreal. I mean, admittedly, things can be destroyed, things can be broken, but there's still all those counters and corners that defensive players can be sat in, and it's a very hard site to push.
Yeah, you have no idea where they're going to be. It's like a guess. You got to go around the corner, spray there, and then you get shot.
Oh, he's behind me. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just you see a bit of people either sneak in there or they try and get the guy to reveal, peek, pick him off, and then go for it. And let's see what the start is like.
Right, we're going into game. Let's have a little look.
In case you didn't know, Infused are ahead by a single ticket.
A single ticket.
That's not a round. That's not a map, sorry. That is one ticket.
One single ticket. It's exciting to see just how close this is. Obviously got the binoculars out with Phantom at the moment. Let's have a look at the split at the moment. Action happening towards that B site. Infused looking to go aggressive. He's going to be met by Mark. Mark's going to go down as Enkel, of course, was going to win that 1v1. It's all he's been doing this game so far. So at the moment, battle for B. Hadouken looking to make short work of Mark. Sneaky, and basically the entire Dignitas side falling. And it's not looking too good right now. He's going to get more. Hadouken, 4 frags in the same amount of seconds and triple cap this early on. What does that mean?
It means that Dignitas just had a very bad start.
Very, very bad start.
Nothing's gone their way. The trades have all gone Infuse's way. And now they can really bully Dignitas in the corner of the map. And hopefully Infused don't get a bit too cocky here. They buy time and let this lead extend. And you can see with Hadouken mess around there, Infused have got like a perfect, almost like a bow of defense from C over to A. They are entrenched now.
And you were saying the perfect hold is AC, and we can see just why. Look at this. Phantom Hadouken hanging out at C, but the real pressure is Dignitas. 5 players down this hallway. Who's there to receive them? Mark and MVC doing good work, but the revive's coming out as well, so not so successful as the numbers are just charging in towards this poor A site as Dignitas are coming around the back.
Yeah, and only 5 tickets have been lost for Infused so far in this game. And that pressure on A might have just been completely shut down. It's just Ziggy by himself, and he goes down. And there you go. Once again, Dignitas have been shut down on the offense. Oh,
Mark's risking it. He's going to go to C. Let's just see how quickly he survives by trying to push the C defense. He gets one. There he goes. Mark is straight down, put in his place as he considered trying the C site. And yet again, the AC defense is completely returned by Infused.
Yeah, and Dig now is switching to C push. But look at the rotations already for Infused.
This could go well for Bambi. He's got like 4 in front of him. Not going to get one, but can Phantom do any better? That is the question. And I can't answer it because I couldn't find him. That looks good.
Yeah, but Enkel immediately on the push of the B because Dig are now relying with hammer tactics. They're not trying to be smart. They can't. They just have to rely on 5-man pushes to get their jobs done.
Yeah, flag's going to be captured. No one's there to respond from Dignitas, and so basically Infused have thrown their C site away thanks to Enkel's smart rotate to B. Only man ready to question it right now is NVC, and he's quickly changed his mind. Over though on A site, it's Giggly, and he's going to be closing very, very soon. Meets 2, takes them both down, but a grenade has other plans. Hadouken, big stuff. There's been a lot of grenade work, especially on that A site.
Yeah, grenades are obviously, the impact grenades are brilliant. So they come near you, they explode. And, good final word in a lot of fights. And right now, Dig are just really, they're grouping up. Their communication seems to be breaking down, and they're just not trying anything smart. And Infused are starting to run rings around them.
It's certainly, maybe it's that one ticket confidence.
It's that one ticket confidence.
One ticket.
One ticket ahead, and with that, they are just running wild on Dig. Look at Infused. There's just one guy by himself. Enkel is basically keeping the entire team of Dig down. And not only that, he gets the revive on his teammate, and he kills 5 Dig.
Standard. Absolutely standard for him. Right now, though, Sneaky and the entire Dignitas side is going towards A, and what are Infused going to do to respond to it? Stroll over to B, and there you go. They're rocking that BC. Obviously, we've seen how temperamental B can be. It's a side that likes to be assaulted, as opposed to maybe A. And looking at Bambi's positioning, he's going to catch a few off guard here. Got the NVC, gets the second as well, and that positioning is kind of a statement as to how strong Infused can be. Big plays from Bambi as he's going to continue his work in those hallways. Not going to meet anyone there as they're going to charge in towards. It's all on Giggly. Giggly did not last long as he goes down on that site. A site is wide open now. And now let's see how Dignitas respond. Well aware that their A site is being contested. It's all really on Revo to defend, and he's not looking particularly healthy.
He's looking to buy time. He doesn't have to go for any kills here. He just has to buy as much time for the rest of the team to turn up, because Dig are not able to attack flags unless it's like a massive group. So he just buys time, gets the calls in, and Dig here is coming one at a time, just getting shut down.
The bleed is on. I mean, just look at that. Poor Dignitas are just hemorrhaging tickets right now. 87 left to 183. Infused, obviously, with that 1 ticket bonus from the first half. And this is a complete... I don't know if it's a completely different Infused or it's a completely different Dignitas to this first half.
I think because Dignitas never had a nice start, they're constantly playing catch-up. And playing catch-up in Battlefield can be brutal. And right now, you can just see that that's a 5-man wipe. And once again, Dig are back on the drawing board. And Infused are taking a commanding lead here. Barely lost 20 tickets. Yeah, and just keep an eye on that spawn. Dignitas all spawning right. Couldn't spawn further away from A and C right there. And it's interesting to see how this is going to pay off as Enkel's basically there to receive all 5 of them if he plays this right. Patience could pay off, but he's having other plans as well. And look at the numbers right now. Infused don't need to move. These positions are spot on. They're sending, like you said before, those couple of pushes just to try and keep them in their place. But that's cost them as 2 have fallen. And now maybe if Mark picks this one up, it could go very well for Dignitas. Could be a question of too little, too late though right now, as 4 players swarm this A site. And surely Infused are going to wake up and say, well, that means B site's got 1. And that 1 is Bambi, but Bambi might be doing a little too much to stop the Dignitas rotate. It doesn't matter because Infused even know but they're not even going to go for random spawns. They're still winning these 5-man fights, and Dig are just getting smashed here. That's it. 5-man white. That's it. Everyone at A dead, and Dig once again stuck at B.
I have to praise Infused defensive positioning. No, despite the lack of attention that Dignitas have paid to C, Phantom is sat there. He's freezing. Phantom is absolutely freezing. He's got icicles on his nostrils when he's just hanging there with his binoculars. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. 10 for 3. The guy's still got 10 frags, but he hasn't really left the C site when possible. So you really have to commend him for that. Patience is certainly paying off when you look at that ticket lead. 43 remain to a beautiful 177 for Infused. Let's look at Revo. He's coming up behind them. Going to get quite a few here. Does get 2 as he's going to progress in towards this A site, looking to contest as maybe bring a couple of his buddies up in the process. Does so with a bit of style, a bit of pizzazz with that revive. But Giggly's going to hurt his feelings physically. So
in every way.
In every single way. 30 tickets left. This game is as good as over right now.
Yeah, definitely. And don't forget, guys, if it's from the score from the previous round, if Dignitas go below 1 ticket, they have lost this map.
I mean, it's a huge lead.
Yeah, so they can. So if they go below 1, they lose this map. But you know,
I don't think there's any danger of that. Regardless, I mean, what right now going through Dignitas' mind is how many tickets can we take away? Because 175. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything for them in regards to this map's success, but it's just mind games. That's what I'm thinking.
I would love to listen into the comms right now.
Oh, it would be great.
I must admit, it probably wouldn't be the... it would probably be censored quite heavily, I think.
I think it might have something to do with Mark being top of the scoreboard for Dignitas.
Yeah, Mark top of the scoreboard. I think that's a sign that something's gone horrifically wrong.
Yeah. For those of you that aren't sure who Mark is, Mark's just a very kind of Dignitas vet. Doesn't particularly play a lot of Battlefield. He's obviously aware of the game. He plays quite a bit. But I'm just saying. I mean,
he's been nasty.
I'm being mean.
You mean to Mark? Terrible.
I just think that the fact that Mark is on top of the scoreboard says something about Dignitas rather than Mark's performance. Oh.
Yeah. Well, with that being done, Infused take the first map, and that was the one that Dig picked as well.
It was.